What's up, folks? How y'all doing? Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
How y'all doing?
Ooh. Hey, Miss Margaret and Miss Tammy. What's up, Brother Bobby? What's up, Luke? How you doing, dude? What's up, Miss Antoinette, Miss Melissa, Miss Barbara, Brother Alvin? How y'all doing? Miss Rebecca, what's up? How's everybody? Pastor Charlie, how are you, sir? Hey, Miss Lynette, Kim, what's happening? Y'all all right this morning? Y'all all right this fine, crisp Tuesday morning? Brother Winford, what's up? What's up, Miss Layla? Stephanie, what's happening? Hey, Israel, how are you? Hey, Miss Iris. Stress test. Okay. All right. Be praying that it goes well. I'm loving it too, Shanta. I was gonna say something about it, but I said, man, if I say something about it, I might jinx it. I hope the cool weather stays through the whole entire summer. Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? What's up, Miss Ross, Brother Troy? Wouldn't that be amazing? The haters gonna say no, Shanta. Hey, Miss Maya. Look, see, there they go. There they go. It would be awesome, man. Uh, Come on. Cool weather all the way through the summer. Hey, Miss Kelly. Wouldn't it be amazing? What's up, Miss Sheila? Miss Carla? How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Wrong state? I know, right? Hey, Kim, we know it's coming. Elijah is right. Tell Elijah he say he right. Tell him I say he right. It's coming. We know it's coming. We wish all we want. Yeah, man. Yeah. I love it, Miss Lynette. I absolutely love it, man. I absolutely love it. Yeah, Miss Sheila, how you doing? You doing all right? What's up, Munch? Hey, Ma. Yeah, yeah. So, man, we talked yesterday. We started talking um, about needy people versus people in need, and we said we want to help people in need, but we said that the worst thing we could do is continue to enable needy people, to help needy people remain needy. Uh, and we went through and we talked about what a needy person looks like. And there's definitely a difference between a person in need versus a needy person. We said that needy people, when they come to you for advice and you try to help them, they don't shut up. And the reason why they don't shut up is because they don't really want the solution. They just want to complain about the problem. I'm going to say that again. The reason why they don't be quiet when they ask you for advice is because needy people are not really interested in the solution. They're only interested in complaining about the problem. And if they don't have a problem to complain about, come on, somebody. If they don't have something to whine about, uh, then they are not satisfied. That's a needy person. Um, some people love drama, and everything gets blown out of proportion. Everything is a big deal. Everything is a major deal. Um, everything is the worst thing ever. Everything is the worst thing ever. And if you help them through one dramatic situation, uh, lo and behold, they are going to find themselves in another dramatic situation. Why? Because they are addicted to drama. You didn't know some people can be addicted to drama, did you? Some people are addicted to drama. They love drama. Uh, watch this, and if you don't watch yourself, you can very easily get pulled in, sucked into their drama, pulled in to their foolishness, all because you're trying to help. You've had this experience before when you found yourself, you might be in this situation with the dramatic person if your energy is drained. Come on, somebody. You feel like you ever been around somebody and after you leave them, just having talked to them, you feel like you need a nap. you you see, the people who are addicted to drama will have you feeling like you need a break from life. Come on, after you talk to them, have you feeling like you just need a couch and some rest uh, after you talk to them. You're tired after you talk to the dramatic person, worn out just after a conversation. Uh, People who are needy, are in the habit of needing attention, always need your attention. If your attention is not on them, they are offended. If your attention is not on them, they're jealous. If your attention is not on them, something's wrong with the relationship. They can't handle your attention being diverted to somewhere else. They can't handle someone or something else getting your attention. This is the needy person, um, not the person in need. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it because God expects us. He wants us. Uh, he wants us to help the person in need. We are obligated and biblically commanded to help people who are in need. Jesus said, when I was hungry, he said, when you see the needy person, you not the needy person. When you see the person in need, Jesus said, you see me. Uh, he said, when you give them something, you give it to me. He said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. Bible says, they say, well, when were you hungry and we fed you, and naked and we clothed you, Lord? He said, so as much as you do it for the least of these, you do it for me. Um, and so we want to help those who are in need. But here's the thing: God does not expect us to obligate ourselves to needy people. He does not expect us to obligate ourselves to needy people. Let me get messy first thing this morning, because y'all know I got messy tendencies. I tend to be messy. Um, some of us, um, how do I say this? Some of us are just as addicted to the needy person as the needy person is addicted to being needy. In other words, we need the needy person because we need to feel needy. We need to feel needed. And so the reason why we don't back away, the reason why we don't give them what they need, the reason why we don't allow them to reap what they have sown or not reap what they have not sown is because of our innate uh, uh, desire to be needed. It's called codependency. And it's a toxic situation when you have a person who needs to be needed coupled with a needy person. And now they feed off of one another. And it's not good for either one of them. Huh? Because then the person who needs to be needed is finding their significance, is finding their importance. Come on. In the fact that the needy person needs them. And so now they are crippling this child. They are crippling this addict. They are helping this lazy person stay lazy. They are contributing to the demise of the needy person because they themselves need to feel needed. And it feeds on one another, and it's a bad situation to be in. It's not good. It's not good at all. Now, so Pastor, what has to happen? Well, in that case, the codependent person has to realize, number one, that you can't find your significance in other people. You can't find your security in other people's desire or in other people's uh, needs. You have to find your security in Christ. The other thing you have to realize is Jesus is the Savior, not you. You do what God calls you to do. And when God doesn't call you to do anymore, you stop. You do what God calls you to do. And when God doesn't call you to do anymore, you stop. Listen to me. I'm going to enlighten you on something. You are not, I don't care who you are, and I don't care what their relationship is to you. Listen to me. You are not a necessary ingredient in anybody's salvation. Lord have mercy. I'm going to say that again. You are not a necessary ingredient in anybody's salvation. Huh? You're not. You're not. What is my kids, Pastor? Does not matter. God can save them, and God can grow them, and God can strengthen them, and God can use other people to give them what they need. You absent from you, You are not a necessary. You are not Jesus. Listen, come on, somebody. You are not a necessary ingredient in anybody's salvation. Jesus is the Savior. You are not. That's why you just want to do what God calls you to do, and that's it. Jesus, and sometimes the best thing that can happen in people's lives, sometimes the reason why Jesus hadn't got a hold to them is because you won't turn them loose. I know that sounded real country, but I'm gonna be country this morning, and as long as you get my drift, because I'm gonna say it just that same way again. Sometimes the reason why Jesus hadn't got hold of them is because you won't turn them loose. Mm. Watch this. And sometimes the best thing that can happen in people's lives is that they have a need, and the only one they have to turn to is the Lord Himself. Yeah. Sometimes that's the best thing that can happen. The best thing that can happen is they get to the place where they are forced to turn to the Lord, because He's the only one who can legitimately meet their needs. Anything, huh? You gotta leave them in His care, leave them in His hands. How do I do that, Pastor? I told you before, set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. Some of us, listen, the reason why we have all of these needy people around us is because we don't set any boundaries. They're wearing us out, they're draining us, we don't have any peace. And the reason why is because we're afraid to set boundaries. Why are people afraid to set boundaries, Pastor? Insecurity. Goes back to saying insecurity. Afraid of what might happen if I say no. Afraid of what might happen if I say stop. Afraid of what might happen if I say don't. Afraid of what might happen if I say that's it. Insecurity. And watch this. The needy person knows that too. The needy person knows you're afraid. They know you're afraid. They know you're afraid that they won't talk to you anymore. They know you're afraid that they won't want to be in a relationship anymore if you draw boundaries. Watch this. So they use it. I told y'all I'm messing. You gotta set boundaries. You gotta be secure enough to set boundaries. Even Jesus had to set boundaries. Jesus knew that every now and then he had to go get by himself, even though the crowds were still pulling on him, even though the people still wanted him to hang out with him, even though they wanted to see some more miracles. Every now and then, Jesus would break away from it all and go get by himself with just him and the Father. He knew he had to have his time all alone with just him and God in order to be all that God wanted him to be. Even when everybody was looking for him, even when everybody was pulling on him. Huh? But you can't do that if you don't realize that you are not a necessary ingredient in anybody's salvation. Because in your mind, I can't step away. I can't get a break. I can't. They need me. They don't need you. God can take care of them. You have to allow God to take care of you. Watch this. That's why when you're on an airplane, what do they tell you? When they give you the instructions for the oxygen mask, they tell you put your oxygen on first before you try to help somebody else put their oxygen mask on. They said in the case of emergency, if we have to use the oxygen, Parents, and those of you who are helping other people, make sure you put your oxygen mask on first before you try to assist someone else. That's what they tell you in the pre-flight instructions. I know y'all ain't know that because y'all don't be listening to those people when they're giving those pre-flight instructions. All y'all hear is the reason why that's all you hear is because you're already on your phone and got your earbuds in and having a conversation. Come on, you chewing on the leftover chicken from the family reunion. You are not listening to what those people have to say. And then when something happens, you go, come on, somebody, you're not gonna know what to do. Because you didn't pay attention to the free pre-flight instructions. You're gonna be looking for a floating device, and it's right under you. Your seat is the floating device, but you ain't know that because you wasn't listening. You had your headphones in. Come on. They tell you in the pre-flight instructions. Next time you fly, listen to the flight attendant. Just do it one time. And you know what they're gonna tell you? Before you try to assist somebody else with oxygen, make sure that you have your oxygen mask on first. Why? Here's why. Because you need oxygen, huh? If you are going to, before you help other, if you're going to help other people get oxygen, you have to be healthy enough to help other people before you can help other people. If you are not healthy, you can't help. Somebody need to write that down. If I'm not healthy, I can't help. Huh? I can't. And they tell you to do it before even you do it, help your kids. Why? Because if I'm not healthy, I can't help my kids. So sometimes I got to say no to my kids so that I can make sure I'm right. And now I can help you. I got to set boundaries with other people so that I can make sure I'm right. And now I can help you. What kind of boundaries do I set, Pastor? Time boundaries. You don't make yourself available all the time. You put boundaries on the amount of time you avail yourself. Woo-hoo. Huh? Resource boundaries. One of the things you can do, you go to bed at night, cut your phone off. Turn your phone off. Make sure you get a good night's rest. Huh? Turn it off. Some of us can't even pay attention in the staff meetings. We like this. Don't even hear what's going on in the meeting. You got to set some boundaries. Time boundaries, resource boundaries. Huh? How do I do that, Pastor? You set expectations up front as to how much you're willing to help and how far you're willing to go. What you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. I hope I helped you this morning. Listen to this. Remember this, and I'm gone after I say this. Pastor, how do I know where to draw the boundary? Here's how you know. And how do I know when I'm dealing with a needy person versus a person in need? You don't watch what they say, you watch what they do. You watch their actions, not their words. See, their mouth might be saying, I can't get a job. But the actions are saying, I hadn't looked for one. The mouth might be saying, nobody's hiring. But the actions might be saying, I don't like the jobs that are hiring. And the Lord might have ordained you to tell them broke people don't get to choose. You need a job. How you gonna be broke and choosy and then come to me to pay your bills? Come on, somebody. You can't be broke and choosy. You broke. Broke people can't have preferences for what kind of job they gonna work. Nobody's hiring. I don't want to work over there. Do you want to pay your bills? I'm not your welfare plan. The mouth might be saying I can't get a date, but the actions might be saying I'm not a dateable person. Ooh, come on, somebody. You're not a dateable. It ain't that you can't get a date. You're not dateable. Huh? You got to be dateable to get a date. You mean? Huh? You're not dateable. Somebody approach you, you turn your nose up. You don't brush your teeth. You don't bathe. So now you mean and funky. You mean and you start calling you Eminem. You mean and musty. Come on. And you can't figure out how you musty with an attitude. I'm just saying, you gotta watch the actions. You mean and musty. Just, I guess your attitude and your odor ought to match. You talking about you can't get a date? I guess not. I love y'all, man. Hit that share button. I'll see y'all tomorrow. You mean and musty. You just